Proof Emory Tate was a genius. The following game I'm about to show you is an absolute Tate masterpiece, and at the end, Tate plays one of the most brilliant moves you'll ever see. I recommend parental guidance for this game as you're about to witness intellectual murder, and I hope you enjoy. Tate with the white pieces, he is currently rated 2391 in this game, so he's actually almost at the peak of his powers, and he's playing against an English opponent, David Coleman, a candidate master from England, who's rated 2245. This game was played in 1993 and played in the Philadelphia Chess Open. E4. His opponent, David Coleman, plays C5 for Sicilian defense. Knight F3 is played, and now D6, which is very common. D4 is now played. This is called the open Sicilian, because you kind of open the board after CD4, Knight D4, Knight F6, and after Knight C3, defending this pawn. A6 is played. This is called the Najdorf. So if you're not familiar with the Najdorf, it's probably the most well-studied and most famous chess opening. The idea is to stop the knight and the bishops coming to this b5 square. It also has some other kind of subtle ideas, but that's kind of like the main idea. So there's a couple ways for white to go about this position. Bishop g5 could be a way. Bishop e3 is a way. Tate actually opts for the sixth most popular way for white to go about this position and goes for bishop c4, the Lipinski attack. This is only played 6.6% of the time. However, Emory Tate has actually taken down grandmasters with this opening, and also some of the best grandmasters in the world. So Emory Tate definitely knows what he's doing in this opening. And now e6 is played. Kind of blunting this bishop. As you see, this bishop on c4 is nasty, looking at this diagonal. So e6 is always a good idea for black. Just to kind of blunt this bishop. And now bishop b3 is played. Emory just slides the bishop back, just kind of getting out of dodge. b5 ideas and d5 ideas may come. So he's kind of, it's a prophylactic move, and it's also the most popular way for white to continue. And now b5 is played, and after b5, bishop g5 is played, pinning this knight. Bishop e7 is played, breaking the pin, and here Emory Tate simply goes queen f3. I just want to say something. This queen is along this nice diagonal with this unprotected rook. I would like you to keep this in your mind as you watch the rest of the game. Queen c7 is now played. This is a very popular kind of move in Sicilian defense. Black's putting some control on the c file, and here Emory has a couple options. He can either castle kingside or castle's queenside. Castle's kingside would be a more kind of passive game, or castle's queenside would be definitely an attacking game. And if you know anything about Emory Tate, definitely has an attacking style of chess, if not one of the most attacking styles I've ever seen. But Emory anyway decides to castle queenside in this position, and now his opponent castles kingside. Now, as you can see, it's castles of opposite sides. And when this happens, just know the game is going to get violent, because white has way more attacking options now and black does. For example, if we actually castled kingside here and black castle kingside, we can't really throw all our pawns up the board because it would compromise our king safety. King safety is the #1 rule of chess, because if you lose your king, you just simply lose the game. But when you castles queenside, notice how all these pawns become potential attackers. And also, that's the same actually goes for black as well. All these pawns can now go thrown up the board because it doesn't compromise any king safety. And now, in this position, Tate really only has one move to kind of continue the attack, continue the initiative, and he finds it. It is e5. I did tell you about this diagonal. As you can see, Tate has unleashed a deadly attack on black's rook and on the knight. DE5 is played, and now bishop f6. We don't take this now, because black can actually take this. They hit this knight, and after this knight moves, you're going to get your queen traps after this. Your queen has nowhere to go in this position. So that wouldn't be a very smart thing to do. From my perspective, I would do, to be honest. So for that reason, Emory Tate goes bishop f6. Bishop f6 is played, and now Tate plays a great move. He goes a queen b5, knight b5. He sacrifices his knight. In the Sicilian defense, it's actually quite common to see sacrifices on a b5, and we see it in this game because a lot of the time, especially when the queen is on c7, because you can gain tempi on this queen, and it can lead to really deadly attacks. Queen b7 is played. This is actually not taken, because then we can actually take this rook. So for that reason, David Coleman decides to go queen b7 in this position. And now Tate plays a knight d6. hitting this and this and getting his knight into a nice position as his knight was hanging. Queen f3 is played. And you might be thinking, why has Emory allowed his opponent to exchange queens? Normally when you're attacking in chess, you don't want to exchange queens, as your queen can be a great attacker. And he fully knew what he was doing because of gf3. Now we got this lovely g-file open, and this g-file will be a massive component in Tate's brilliant move. So bishop d7 is played, and now a knight c to e4 is played. And now a bishop c6 is played. David Coleman is trying to put his bishop on a nice diagonal here. Unfortunately, he's playing Emory Tate with an open g-file. Yeah, things are about to get horrible. Tate goes a knight f6, and after gf6, rook g1 is played. King h8 is actually the only legal move, and in this position, Emory Tate plays an absolutely brilliant move. He goes knight f7. As you can see, the engine also believes this is a brilliant move. Problem is, after this move, David Coleman, a candidate master from the United Kingdom, resigned. The problem is, if this is taken, then you have rook d8 check, and after bishop e6, and after you sacrifice all your pieces, this is checkmate. No way for the king to go because this rook slices down this g-file. And also the king can't go anywhere. So that was Tate's 19 move miniature. If you win a chess game under 20 moves, it becomes a miniature. Wait, that's the end of the game. If you enjoyed it, please leave a likes up and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. I'm always reading the comments, always responding. And I really appreciate your time and attention. And have a good rest of your day.